Hey everybody, it's Marcus Wynn with Awareness Branding Consulting, and we recently published a blog about the criteria on how to choose the right business partner, right? How to choose the right business partner. And I really like to talk about this topic because I can share my experience and basically the pathway to hell that I have been through several times when it comes to identifying the right business partners for your business. So before I get into like the guts of the blog, I'm going to share my experience first, right? So that you can truly see how bad it can get if you don't do your due diligence, if you don't take the time to vet the people you want to partner with, if they don't understand what you're trying to achieve, etc., etc. So a little bit of my background in the early days when I first started business, I wasn't surrounded by the best mentors. They were unfortunately not good role models. Let's just say that, right? I pretty much learned how to run a business the way you shouldn't run a business, if that makes sense. I was surrounded by people that, didn't have the greatest of ethics or morals when it came to business, and they're very selfish. And we have to remember the business in itself is innately selfish to a certain extent, but it doesn't have to be at the level that some people are capable of taking it. And I was very young, very, very young. I was early 20s, 21, 22. And as you know, with other entrepreneurs who've shared their stories, I built myself from the ground up type thing. I didn't know any better, right? It's that ignorance, that's that youthful ignorance, that refusal to really understand what you're getting yourself into because you're so excited about being an entrepreneur and you just want to get into it, right? But again, all lessons and all mistakes and all failures always help to improve us as humans. So, I was surrounded by people who were not very good role models, either as employers or eventually partners. And again, it got really, really bad at one point to where there was internal fighting and there was lawsuits and there was a threat to my life where for a little while I felt pretty scared. I actually hired some people to kind of bodyguard me, if that makes sense, because when you choose the wrong partner and they show their true colors over time, these people tend to be very volatile and you don't know what they're capable of doing, right? And it's better safe than sorry type thing. It was pretty fucking scary. I didn't sleep. It was very stressful. You work so hard for so many years because you reach a point where you realize what's kind of going on, because that comes through with maturity, and then you try to do the right thing to make the organization flow better, and there's that resistance against those people who don't want to improve themselves or change, and then it just becomes this nuclear time bomb that eventually goes off. And again, like I said, it leads to insane lawsuits, sleepless nights, fear over your life, anxiety, constant stress. It's not fun. I don't recommend that for anybody. And this isn't talked about enough. There's lots of these cases happen around the world, and even worse, there's worse things that happen to people. I'm just fortunate it didn't get worse than it possibly could have when you look at perhaps other people's stories. So again, today's video, I just want to take the opportunity to go a little bit deeper in our blog post and share with people what you should do and how you should do it when you're in the process of trying to pick the right business partner or take someone's offer to join a company for a partnership, so that you don't have to go through the same shit mess that I went through. So again, we've always heavily emphasized the why, right? When you're looking for a business partner, please understand that you need to ask them why they want to be with your company, right? And if most people say, I want to get rich, I want to get money, take some time to really think if that's the person you want on your team, because when it comes to starting your business and you're very consciously aware of fully aware of your decision of why you're in business, and it doesn't have to do with making money, then you're able to ask these potential people that you would see as a potential partner, you'll be able to identify if they're worth it or not. And again, asking what their why is, trying to understand what their long-term values are. Are they going to be actively involved? Are they going to be passively involved? I've generally, from my experience, people who are passively involved, like investors. They're just looking to make money. Most of them, not speaking for everybody, but a good chunk of them, because they maybe have a shit ton of money, they're dumping in a lot of different businesses, right? And then they're just seeing what's going to bring money, and they're going to put a lot more pressure on you to get returns if they don't see their money within a relatively quicker time frame. And again, don't get me wrong, every investor, every partner, everyone needs to get their money, right? But it takes time from a startup to scale. It can take a few years, and that's why it's important that you identify why your business partner or potential business partner wants to join your company. That you want to understand their morals, their ethics, you understand their business background, what have they achieved in the past, were they the service business, were they tangible product business, they come from the financial sector, have been all over the place. You want to give the opportunity to really dig deep and understand, what trials and tribulations have they gone through? How do they handle stress? Do they understand that everything needs to be done for the benefit of the company? Meaning, are they willing to sign a shareholders or operators agreement? Are they willing to have clauses in there that will remove anybody, including oneself, if shit hits the fan and someone goes batshit crazy or becomes certifiably nuts and does something that could literally bankrupt the company? Which again, I went through that, and the reason we went through all this stuff is because I didn't vet properly, because I didn't know, right? I didn't have someone doing a video like this for me, because had I had this video from somebody else, or had I Googled it or YouTubed it, I would have saved myself a shit ton of headache and stress and anxiety and worry and fear. And man, it's not a way to live life, and it's not a way to run a business. So again, take your time, understand the person that you're going to partner with, or the people you're going to partner with, and what are their true motives? How are they morally? What are they looking to achieve? What kind of impact do they want to have? Are they working on growing themselves as people? Do they recognize and are aware of their errors, right? Because you want someone who not only works well in the business, but also is striving to be a better person on the personal side, right? Because this is what's going to create that core team. This is what's going to provide that unity, so that you have the ability to scale your company properly and not be sleeping at night and saying, shit, is this guy gonna fuck me? Is this girl gonna screw me over? Are they gonna steal? Are they just planning to conspire against me, right? You want to eliminate all of that stress, and the way to do that is through proper vetting and through proper questions and stuff. So again, it's a very delicate thing. I like to reference Shark Tank a lot sometimes, because sometimes you see a lot of deals on there where people, they don't want to give up value equity, right? Remember, we're in the infinite game. If you're a real entrepreneur that wants to diverse and you want to eventually have different companies, as long as the right partner fits your why, and maybe you have to give up some more percentage than you wanted to, then do it. Especially if you're younger, because it's not going to be the only business you're going to earn. If the person's an idol, or somebody admirable, or someone that you can look up to, that you can learn from a lot, do it, right? That's kind of, and I get Shark Tank kind of has that entertainment factor to it, right? But at the same time, there's some deals and there's some people like, I have a certain percentage of not going down. It's like, dude, you fucking kidding me? You're getting people that have experience that'll help you to scale your current business, as long as you keep control, right? The idea is to keep control of your company. But then once I make several million, or tens of millions, or 50 million, like some of these cases have been, you have enough cash flow coming in, you'll have enough salary, you'll be a millionaire by then, and you can start your other ventures with the knowledge that you've obtained from these experienced business owners or investors or partners that have come on board. So, don't get so attached to equity. A lot of people get attached to it. Attachment is never good. Attachment leads to insecurities and leads to a whole another pool of issues, right? Protect, yes. Keep control, yes. Become attached, no. And when you're able to implement this mindset, and remember that, yes, our business is our baby. Awareness Branding Consulting is my baby, is our baby, but it's not the end all be all. We have an investment firm. We've bought other companies. It's, how long can you stay in the game? And the way to do that is by being surrounded by the right partners, the right team of people, and that you can really have a remarkable impact on those around you, your customers, and the planet and humanity itself. So hopefully this video gave some insight into what's the best practices in terms of deciding who you want to partner with. Be patient, don't rush it, because you don't want to go through what I went through, because that is a shit mess, and you'll thank me later if you take your due diligence and you take the time to do it right. So again, thank you for watching this video. Like, subscribe to the channel, leave any comments in the section below, and we'll get back to your questions as soon as possible. And we will be in touch soon. Thank you.